Madam Secretary, it's great to have you, especially since we can at least ask you about your former role. And I want to ask you about money supply. Someone pointed out to me that prior to the pandemic, M2 was growing at about 7% in that March, and it subsequently went to 20% and grew there through the pandemic. M2, it has now come down to a lower level, but still double what it was. It's at 13%. And this individual pointed out to me that's way too many dollars, and it's responsible for some of the inflation and the inflationary expectations that we have. Are you paying attention at this point still to money supply growth? And do you think that this could come back to haunt us to some extent, all these dollars?
Well, I still try to pay attention to what's happening in the economy. I trust the Fed to make the right decisions. We have been hit by an incredibly unusual shock. And in the one hand, we're almost 6 million jobs short of where we were before the pandemic, which means a lot of people who still need jobs. On the other hand, many firms are finding it difficult to hire. We've had extraordinary shifts in the pattern of demand away from services and toward goods. And I know the Fed is trying to sort through the implications of that. Supply bottlenecks have developed that have caused inflation. I believe that they're transitory, but that doesn't mean they'll go away over the next several months.
Madam Secretary, as you take the lead on a lot of things economy related, I don't know how much you get into the weeds on appointments, but the controller of the currency and the nominee is somewhat controversial because of some of her past comments about the U.S. banking system. I'm talking about Saul Omarova. And some people have said that it indicates that the Biden administration is much more sort of out there in terms of the left side of things financially in financial matters than we were led to believe. Do you support that nomination? Did you have anything to do with vetting Ms. Omarova, Professor Omarova?
Well, Professor Omarova is the president's nominee, and I'm aware that she's an expert in fintech and banking regulation, and I think she deserves a fair hearing by the Senate. I hope she will get that.
Madam Secretary, Senator Warren came out pretty strongly against Jay Powell being renominated. She said she won't support it. There are now questions being asked about whether the administration will go ahead and renominate Jay Powell. What's your opinion? Should he get a second term?
Well, it's up to the president to make a nomination, and the president hasn't yet made that decision. I know he will talk to many people and consider a wide range of evidence and opinions and make a very careful decision.